Those who don't follow hip-hop music in general, or those that just wish Eminem would go away, usually claim that Eminem has been irrelevant since the Eminem Show, and although any adult is responsible for their actions and the opinions they spew, in the age of social media and media journalists having the ability to coat the brains of people who fail to think for themselves, you'd realize that mainstream media is mostly to blame for the belief that Eminem has been irrelevant despite the facts saying otherwise. BBC recently reported on IFPI's Global Music Report, just like I did in a previous video, and if you missed that, click the link that pops up at the top right corner now. But despite Eminem coming out on top for hip-hop album sales with Kamikaze and also cracking the top 5 global artist list, here's a breakdown of how the BBC chose to report the news. Welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Also remember to like the video to spread the word, as this also helps rank the video on YouTube. For those who believe Eminem was overreacting when he went against media journalists on Kamikaze, this is more proof to show why Eminem needed to call out the media. While he stays doing amazing things after 20 years in the industry, for some reason media journalists would rather choose to either downplay his efforts or completely ignore him when reporting important facts, which contributes to the flawed narrative that Eminem has been irrelevant. This time it's the BBC. The global music industry experienced growth led by the likes of Drake, BTS, Ed Sheeran, Post Malone, and Eminem, and I'm not even hating on Drake, BTS, or Ariana Grande, but this is just an illustration to show you why Eminem was right on the money on Kamikaze. Drake deserved to make the headlines. BTS deserved it more than any other artist in the world, especially after their remarkable performance in 2018 that resulted in 5 million albums sold between Love Yourself Tear and Love Yourself Answer. Ariana Grande also deserved a mention, but was only included in the headlines based on the fact that she was the top female on IFPI's global ranking. But even within the article, despite Eminem making top 5 on the global artist list and also having the only hip-hop album in the top 10 albums of 2018, nothing was said about Eminem throughout the article, not even a picture. According to the reporter, it's not newsworthy to report that an artist from the era of cassette tapes is making the top 5 in 2019. But this is not a personal critique of the reporter, but just goes to show you how the media in general engineer this perception that Eminem is irrelevant by choosing to not report important details of Eminem's career. If not for the graphic from IFPI that shows Eminem on the lists, no BBC reader would even know that Eminem performed exceptionally in 2018, especially based on the fact that he's over 20 years in at the moment. IFPI's report shows that streaming is taking over, while digital downloads and physical sales are declining. Yet Eminem is the only artist on the global top 10 of the year that experienced the most balanced performance of these 3 mediums of music consumption and has been transitioning perfectly through it all from physical sales, digital downloads to now music streaming, but this isn't newsworthy. Now this is just the BBC, but for a couple of years now the media in general choose to report like this, which is why many people that watch this channel are only recently finding out that Eminem is still smashing it out of the park even in 2019. If you rely on the mainstream, they only tell you what they want you to hear and have the power over your thought process. Sadly, most people only read the headlines, and for those people, they believe Ariana Grande, since she made the headlines, performed better than the likes of Ed Sheeran, Post Malone, Eminem, Queen, and Imagine Dragons. But the facts say otherwise. All the media has to do to code the NPCs is to focus on what they want you to know and ignore the rest, and the human brain becomes easier to code than computers. Thanks for watching, ET signing out.